Trailblazer and sports broadcaster Bill Walton has died of cancer. Reports say it was a prolonged fight. He was 71 years old. Good afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us for K2 News at 4. I'm Deborah Now.
And I'm Barry Mangold in for Wright Gazaway. If you ask any basketball fan, they likely have a Bill Walton story. Whether you knew him as a player or for his boisterous broadcasting career, he certainly was memorable.
We're taking a look at his legendary career and life, both on and off the court. A basketball Hall of Famer who was 6'11" and had a personality that was larger than life. NBA basketball legend Bill Walton has died after a prolonged battle with cancer. Walton was a two-time champion at UCLA under John Wooden. They went 30-0 in both of their first two seasons, at one point winning 88 straight games. In 1974, the Blazers drafted Walton #1 overall. Just a few years later, he brought home Portland's only championship in the 1976-77 season. He was NBA MVP in '78. He spent 12 years in the league, including stints with the Clippers and the Celtics. He also won a championship with Boston in 1986. In 1989, the Blazers retired his jersey, number 32. Over the years, Walton dealt with chronic injuries on the court, and so began his broadcasting career. Walton was known for breaking the mold when it came to play-by-play and color commentary. He would go on tangents that were completely unrelated to the game, still landing him in highlight reels, even from the sidelines. He would also often wear tie-dye shirts, a nod to his love for the Grateful Dead. Walton annoyed some and delighted others, but was always entertaining. He especially found his audience with the Pac-12, harkening back to his time as a Bruin and his West Coast connections through his childhood and NBA days. He also loved cycling, a way for him to stay connected to his athleticism while easing his decades of injuries. For a man who was outspoken and loud in public, we now know he fought cancer quietly and privately. His family says he died surrounded by loved ones. Walton was 71 years old. And all day today, we've been hearing from former players and broadcasters. All of them call Bill Walton a one-of-a-kind person and athlete.
Yeah, we want to bring in K2 Sports Director Tyree Smith live here in studio for us with more on the mark that Bill leaves behind. Tyree.
I mean, he was just a phenomenal person on and off the court. I mean, you know that, and you saw that story right there. I mean, a sad day for not just the Portland and Blazer community, my friends, but the entire sports world. Mr. Bill Walton was more than just his basketball accolades. He was a son, a father, a teammate, truly an icon, but for most, a hard worker at whatever he did. And that especially matters when we talk about his broadcasting career. Here's an awesome story, actually, from someone close to the Blazers team that heard and witnessed the start of what would be his broadcast career.
My dad, who had known Jack Ramsey because my dad was a coach, kind of got me access to meet Bill. And that's back when he would say, you know, he didn't speak well then. He kind of had a speech impediment. And, you know, it's so funny how the story goes that through the years, he not only overcame the speech impediment, then you couldn't get him to stop talking. And that's what many people remember about him.
Never stopped talking and spreading his knowledge of the game and advice on life. The world truly is going to miss the legend that is Bill Walton.
All right, Tyree, thank you so much. And our coverage of Bill Walton's passing will continue tonight on K2 News at 5, 6, and 11 with the stories you may not know and the videos that you'd like to see again from this sports legend. We also have a complete coverage, including articles and shared memories, up at katu.com. If you want to look back at the Blazers winning 1977 team, you can find great archive footage on the K2 YouTube page.